This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
My name is Bill Schapaugh. I'm a soybean breeder with the Agronomy Department at Kansas State University. I work with Tim Todd, who's the plant pathologist, an hematologist at Kansas State University, and Harold Trick, who's a plant transformationist, also in the Plant Pathology Department at K-State. And we work on a project that works on improving soybean germplasm, works to develop new soybean varieties, and works on various types of techniques to improve the breeding process. So this past year we worked on a number of different things. One of the projects involves genomic selection, actually using genetic information to improve the selection process. And we're part of a team of a number of breeders and geneticists throughout the north central part of the United States, public breeders and geneticists that are working on this. And here we're trying to improve the efficiency, identify which parents to make in crosses, to do that more efficiently, to identify which varieties to use in our breeding programs, which varieties have the best potential to, for example, for yield or for drought tolerance, and try to improve the selection process. We made a number of advancements in that the past year. Another area that we work on is trying to improve the genetic efficiency by using high throughput phenotyping. Basically, we're using small unmanned aircraft to collect information on basically on the physiological status of the plant during the growing season. And we start out early in the growing season and look at what happens to how fast, for example, the canopy is closing, how fast the plant is growing. As things develop, we can look at the intensity of the various colors of the leaves in the plants. We can look at canopy temperature of the plants, and that can provide us information on how the plant is growing and how it's responding to the environment, the stress or whatever that is. And so we're using that to improve production efficiency, and we've got it to a point now where we use these unmanned aircraft. We can fly, and in 30 minutes to an hour, we can fly a 20-acre, 20-acre field. We can collect information on thousands of plots in those fields. And we're looking for ways to help us make better, more informed selection, along with the rest of the field type of data we collect, and along with the genotypic data. Other areas that we're very interested in is looking at plant introductions. We utilize only a small percentage of the potential genotypes that are out there to improve soybeans. The genetic base of the soybean varieties grown in the United States, the genetic base is really only a few dozen different soybean varieties. So there are thousands of other potential varieties out there that might be beneficial, might have beneficial genes to improve yield, to improve protein or other compositional traits, to improve disease resistance and so on. So we work on that, and we're primarily focusing our attention for the conventional varieties. We're focusing on seed yield, we're looking at composition, and we're looking at response to stress, primarily to drought stress and heat stress. You know, we've got climate change issues, challenging agriculture, and we think the germplasm that we are not using has the potential to help us address those issues as we move forward with soybean production in Kansas and in the United States. We also deal with variety. We also develop variety releases. Our varieties are either conventional soybean varieties or they're glyphosate-resistant varieties using the Roundup Ready 1 genotype. And we're developing those varieties potentially for either the use by soybean farmers to grow directly, so there's some of that. But we're also using that so that those varieties could be used by other soybean breeders, that are public or private soybean breeders could use those varieties as parents to develop new varieties, whether or not they're from a private company or whatever. So we put a high priority on that. This past year we developed a glyphosate resistant and released a glyphosate resistant mid-group 3 variety. And we also released a mid-group 5. A year before that, we released an early group 4 variety. So these varieties are coming out. They're primarily for niche type markets, but but they're available. They tend to be good performing varieties, and they were developed through support from the Kansas Soybean Commission.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com.